Hello. All right, so we are at another Friday night, which is another Cimzia dose every other. This is dose 8. Yeah, should be dose 8, which marks 4 months of Cimzia, right? Yeah, every other week. So crazy. I did not post dose 7 publicly. That was a rough video. I did record and upload it to the channel, but I kept it private just to keep on my records and like document how I'm feeling, symptoms. But as far as like publicly putting it out there, I was like, no, not for that one. Didn't like how negative it was, and I'm trying to stay positive, but still being real. And if I'm struggling, I say that, but there's a way to say it and not be negative. So that video just didn't make the cut. So I'm trying to give myself a little more time tonight, because I feel like the last 3 doses or so, I'm just like doing my shot, and like I'm stressing the videos, stressing all of it. So it is what it is, and I'm just trying to not rush the video today. So update on the last 2 weeks. A week and a half ago, so it was right after my last dose, because last dose I was really struggling up to that leading dose. The past, like, I take it Fridays, so that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning has been really rough the past 2 doses, to where I'm crying a lot and expressing my pain, and like I'm just crying. I think that's what's happening, because it's been the past 2 doses, so the past month, right before my shot, it's like a pattern I'm noticing where I'm crying, I'm tearful, I don't feel sad, I don't know what's wrong, I just cannot stop crying. So I think it's my shot wearing off, and I'm in so much pain, that's how I'm expressing it. So I reached out to my doctor, and I told her, you know, like, leading up to my next shot, I get home and I can hardly move. My hands feel frozen, like I'm crying, hard to get up out of bed, things like that. So she increased my methotrexate. I think that was last like Monday. So from 6 tabs to 8 tablets, which I just took that last week, was the first dose of 8, which that's a whole nother story, I'll get there. And then she started me on prednisone, so I did a taper. I did 15 milligrams for 5 days. Yeah, for 5 days, 2 tablets, 10 milligrams. I'm gonna sneeze. 2 tablets for 5 days, and then I'm taking 5 milligrams until I see her again. Am I happy about being on prednisone every day? No, because I know that's not a great drug for your body, realistically. But am I feeling better? Yes. So that's really helped. And even with like this dose, so it's Friday night now, I've done things all day long. I have not cried a ton. I was still tearful on Wednesday. I'm hoping that was just situational. Cimzia video. Last week you asked if I was pooping. What is that? Oh, okay. Are you gonna be in the bedroom?
Huh?
Are you gonna be in the bedroom?
Right now?
Yeah.
4.
I don't want you to play. Eavesdropping. Thanks, babe. I still don't like talking in front of the camera and things like that, so I'm kicking out of the bedroom. Where was I? So yeah, this past Wednesday, I was a little tearful, but I was stretched very thin, and I think I overbooked myself. I think that's what that was. I hope. But today I did a yard sale. I'm fried, but I was out in the sun for 14 hours. Yeah. So I'm really happy that I was able to do that. I was setting up the yard sale, carrying stuff, like really happy that I could do that. So I think that's the prednisone. Yeah, so regarding the methotrexate dose, I want to say like one of my videos I talked about how like I wasn't keeping up with my folic acid that week, and then I got back on it. So like I missed probably 6 doses a full week where I was like, it was in my work bag. I didn't think it made that big of a deal, to be honest. So I wasn't making it a priority, like, oh my gosh, I gotta get my medicine. So I got back on it and started doing well again. And then I took this increased dose of methotrexate when I was working last week. And I take my methotrexate like 8 a.m., 4 p.m. hit, and I felt like I was on drugs. I was so foggy. Like, it was rough. I was crying. I'm like, guys, I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I'm like, please check my blood pressure. Blood pressure was fine. It was actually a little high for me. It was like 120 on the top. Typically I'm like 90s, low 100s on the top. So 120s was high for me. But the brain fog was insane. I had never experienced that before. Honestly, I still feel like I have a little bit, to be honest. It was so bad, like I asked a nurse to work started my shift the following day. I was like, maybe I can just sleep it off. I slept till noon. I didn't sleep till noon, but like I was in bed till noon the next day. And then I had to go into work because they were busy, but I was still feeling the brain fog. So I'm hoping that was like worsened because I wasn't doing my methotrexate super well. No, my folic acid super well. So, and that's what I'm talking about. Like there's things I say and I'm just like, I didn't mean to say that. So definitely a lot of brain fog. I'm hoping it will get better with taking my folic acid well. But if it's like I'll take tomorrow 8 tablets. So if I feel that way again after this next dose, I'm gonna tell my doctor like it's too much because it was rough. Like I would say one thing, something different would come out, like not fun. So that's methotrexate. Symptom wise, right now, I don't have hardly any stiffness. This finger was starting to swell on this knuckle. Initially it was this one, if you can recall. This one started swelling. Since I've been on the prednisone, it's better. So it's still a little, I don't know if you can tell how like bent that is a little bit. So it's improving, but not 100%. I've also been struggling, just being transparent and to document because I want to be able to remember everything in this journey. Struggling with like being on medication period. It's just a real like feeling, I guess. I don't know if it has something to do with like church and like feeling like I'm not doing what they think I should be doing, as far as like feeling like others may think I'm not trusting in God enough and trusting that He could heal me, and if I fully trusted, why would I be on medication? Kind of thing. No one has said that outright to me. So they might not even think that. But that is something that I've kind of been like, oh, is that about me? Or I don't know. So, yeah. But then I look at, like, I was talking to the boys about just RA, and they were like, what is it? I want to see your videos. So we looked up RA, and I'm like, this was the option I was faced with. If you don't treat it, this is what can happen. And I showed them, like, pictures, and, like, it's scary. And, like, I use my hands every day. I'm a nurse. I'm a mom. I'm young. So the thought of, like, being at this stage of my life, 32, I'm catching this early to where, like, my joints aren't affected on my imaging yet. So yeah, they're outwardly swollen and a little crooked, but, like, my x-rays are fine. So my joints itself are not eroded yet, things like that. So it's like, okay, you have the option to treat now, early, with these meds, and hopefully prevent the irreversible damage. Or, like, you don't treat, and that could be me in, like, 6 years, 10 years. So, like, I made the best decision that I thought I needed to make. Do I want to be on meds forever? Absolutely not. So just the struggle of, like, am I making the right decision? Do I really need these? Do I want to turn my immune system? Like, it's been a struggle. Because, like, every 2 weeks, I'm literally telling myself, okay, shut down. And then parts of me are like, why is my body doing this? Why is my immune system attacking itself? What's the root cause? Because they don't know. Is it my diet? Is it a stress trigger? Is it something in my house, my environment? Like, am I just putting a Band-Aid on something when the root cause is, like, still happening, and I'm just, like, shutting my immune system? And so a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings. If I stop taking my meds, like, I could be in another flare for almost a year and then have to redose and go through the loading dose, which was not fun. So I don't want to stop taking the meds. I'm going to keep on the course. I follow up with my doctor in, like, 2.5 weeks, I think, mid-June. So I'm just going to stay the course, continue to pray for guidance, pray for healing, pray for peace about it all. Like, that's what I'm doing. So being transparent, just because I'm on these doesn't mean I like it, doesn't mean I want to do it. So yeah. Okay. I think I've said what I need to say. My nose keeps running. I'm probably getting sick again. So there's that. I think all of us have, like, a sore throat. But I don't know. It can't just be me. It's everybody, right? Okay, another week. At least I'm not sunburnt on my At least I'm not sunburnt on my stomach, because that would not be fun. Good thing you won't catch me in a two-piece. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Whenever I've been giving shots at work, I've been thinking about, like, how I give it to others, and, like, how quick, and, like, my technique is so good, and they're like, oh, I didn't hardly feel that. And here I give it myself, like, all I know is that if you were young, you were going through this, your mom, like, you're not alone. You know, hopefully you can relate to some of the feelings that I'm sharing. So I'm not alone either. But I appreciate you watching. If you don't watch all the way through, totally fine. This is a lot and probably more information than anyone wants to know. But like I said, my memory's crap, and I want to remember like how I'm doing, my symptoms, I'm handling everything. So I'm documenting. So anyways, hope everyone's doing well.